Well, on to the top story. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar attended the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in Washington, D.C. along with his counterparts from Australia, Japan and the United States. Member nations underlined the priority it has in the foreign policy and held discussions on wide-ranging dimensions, ensuring a free, open, stable and prosperous Indo-Pacific. The meeting sends a clear message that in an uncertain and volatile world, the Quad will continue to be a force for global good. This was the first Quad Foreign Ministers meeting just next day after Donald Trump took over the presidency of the USA. The next Quad Leaders Summit will be held in India. And the joint statement by the Quad leaders stressed on their strong opposition to any unilateral actions that seek to change the status quo by force or coercion. Quad leaders agreed to reaffirm shared commitment to strengthening a free and open Indo-Pacific where the rule of law, democratic values, sovereignty and territorial integrity are upheld and defended. It also said Quad nations maintain the conviction that international law, economic opportunity, peace, stability and security in all domains, including the maritime domain, underpin the development and prosperity of the people of the Indo-Pacific. Well, it also said Quad nations are committed to strengthening regional, maritime, economic and technology security in the face of increasing threats, as well as promoting reliable and resilient supply chains. Also, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio held his first bilateral meeting with India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar after assumption of office as top American diplomat. Both the leaders exchanged views on a wide range of regional and global issues. They also reviewed the extensive bilateral partnership, of which Jaishankar said that Marco Rubio has been a strong advocate. Posting on X, Jaishankar showed commitment of looking forward to closely working with him to advance strategic cooperation. Also on the sidelines of Quad Foreign Ministers meeting, Dr. Jaishankar had a meeting with the U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz at the White House. Apart from promising to work together on an active and outcome-oriented agenda, both the leaders discussed strengthening friendship to ensure mutual benefit and enhance global stability and prosperity. Well, DD India's Anil Thomas joins us for more on this. Well, Anil, good morning. If I may ask you, what were the key outcomes of the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting and how do they reflect the member nations' commitment to ensuring that free, open and prosperous Indo-Pacific?
Well, good morning, Lepakshi. You know, this particular Quad, let's first understand Quad for our viewers. Quad is a organization which has got 4 members: the United States of America, Australia, Japan, and India. And this particular meeting, within hours of Rubio taking charge, this multilateral engagement that takes place clearly reflects, first of all, the strategic priority that Quad has, especially for the United States. In one, there is also a simultaneous AUKUS meeting that Australia has had with the Secretary of State. So clearly the focus is very much on the table. They have reaffirmed once again their commitment, especially when it comes to enhancing collaborations for ensuring, as you mentioned, free, open, stable Indo-Pacific. This also highlights, the significance of this particular meeting for the simple reason it's happened just hours after the Trump administration has assumed office. It emphasizes the importance of, first of all, the foreign policies for within the member states and United States in particular. How does it plan to, tackle the elephant in the room, China? And, this particular meeting is more of a messaging to China and also taking forward, this particular Indo-Pacific region where China has been trying to flex its arms.
All right. Anil, also in the joint statement, it has been announced that the next Quad Leaders Summit will be hosted by India. How does this signify a deeper collaboration between the Quad countries in addressing regional and global challenges?
Well, Quad has been, over the time, since the time it has been formed in 2004, it's almost 21 years that Quad has come into existence. And it's not an armed multilateral force. It's a force that looks forward to peace and looks forward to collaborations, especially when it comes to the Indo-Pacific region at large. And this particular Quad meeting now scheduled for to be hosted by India. India has been the host of the Quad's meeting, which was supposed to take place in 2024, which got delayed, and now this particular, India gets an opportunity to host it. I think it's a significant imprint on the importance that all member states, all 4 member countries in this Quad have, especially India, Japan, United States of America, and Australia. And I think this goes to signify the importance that especially in the Asian continent, that the Quad member states have when it comes to tackling China, because India and Japan are very much important players, especially when it comes to taking on China. And I think the significance that Japan has, especially the strategic partnership that that US has with India, this particular imprint of India getting to host it, though delayed, is another opportunity, is another window to showcase, especially the significance of Quad and the importance that it holds, especially among the member states, and the crucial part of working together with allies on matters that are critical to the world and Indo-Pacific in particular.
Absolutely. Also, Anil, if we talk about the sidelines, how significant is the first bilateral meeting between the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and India's External Affairs Minister? And what does it signal for the future of U.S.-India strategic cooperation?
Well, U.S. Secretary of State has been, if one takes a look at his career graph and how he's worked before, he's had a soft spot for India in particular, and he's backed in various capacities as a lawmaker. He's backed India to the hilt when it comes to handling Pakistan, or for that matter, and has got a very hawkish view on China. So that's something that augurs well for us. And the first bilateral meeting within hours of his taking office, having an important meeting there, a Quad meeting, along with that, on the sidelines of the Quad, having a bilateral on India in particular. Remember, he was on the front seat when the oath taking, when the inauguration ceremony took place for the 47th President of America, India's foreign minister, and now this front, I would say, top of the line diplomatic one-on-one that he gets with the U.S. new Secretary of State clearly indicates once again the importance that the United States of America lays on India in particular, and how it plans to use the cooperation and the strategic partnership that India brings together with the United States of America, how it plans to take that forward, especially the strategic priority that Quad has in particular as a group, and India as a country, how it's going to help especially America in keeping China in check, one, and also with regards to the tariff announcements that were made in the pre-election campaign. Once again, this is a great window that America has used, the Trump administration has used within hours of taking office. This Quad meeting and this bilateral with all 3 countries' foreign ministers, one-on-one bilaterals that he's had, is a clear messaging to China that don't flex your arms. We will focus on you, and our focus could begin with tariffs. But as of now, this particular meeting of Quad members and a one-on-one with India, Japan, and Australia signifies the importance, especially in the Indo-Pacific region, and also lays the importance on the foreign policies that the United States of America has with these 3 countries. And this particular meeting is very important from a point of view that India is the next Quad summit host. So on that lines too, this is a very important meeting.
Absolutely, very important meeting there. Thank you so much, Anil, for all those details.